We are at the beginning stages of our surrogacy process.
So we're learning a lot of the terms right now. So it's called a journey.
Oh, sorry, journey.
Or journey.
We're at the beginning of our journey.
Just so you know, too, we're on vacation right now.
And so there's
at Walt Disney World
things behind us.
We're at Walt Disney World, so that's why you see Sebastian and Flounder.
And basically, we just want to have a baby so we can take him or her to Disney World.
We're actually babysitting right now.
Yeah, we're babysitting.
That's why we're being quiet.
Yeah. So
we have been married for 7 years, together for 11 years. I'm an actor, singer, been in New York City for 20 years, multiple Broadway shows.
I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I moved to New York City when I was in 7th grade, and I became a professional ballet dancer and danced with New York City Ballet. And I've done some other dancing and acting things and still continue to do that.
I have a brother who is autistic on the spectrum. It's a genetic thing that's been passed down through, you know, because it's shown up in other people in my family. And knowing how difficult that was to grow up with a special needs brother, I was like, I want to reduce the risk of that happening as much as we can. And I know with biological surrogacy, you can reduce the risk. You can't eliminate it, but you can reduce it.
Another reason why we decided to go this route is because my family, my dad's an only child. My brother and I, where there's just two of us, and he and his wife are not going to have any babies. And so I kind of felt like if I could do something about it, that I would.
We went to the Gay and Lesbian Center.
Oh, right.
13th Street.
Yeah.
They did these like monthly informational things for gay parents.
And just very general, like all the information about either adopting or the surrogacy route.
I have 3 brothers. There's the autistic one who's the oldest, and then 2 brothers, each married multiple times, each with their own children. You know, my coming out story, I guess, is that, you know, it was not easy. I grew up in Southeast Texas, and it's taken a lot of time for my family to grow to accept me, but they have, for most of my adult life, been very open and very accepting. But when I realized what's different with the baby thing is I don't think they realize how difficult it is for 2 men to have a baby. Like, it makes sense to me, but for them, because they can just get pregnant, they don't think about it.
Yeah.
And so when
we keep trying.
Also, I think a lot of people have an idea of what our lifestyle is as Broadway performers, and they think it's something that is so vastly different from what other people do, and it's not. It's just not steady, right? We found out through another couple that they went through an organization called Men Having Babies. So we applied, and we qualified for stage 1. So stage 1 is basically their basic, like, it's like the minimal amount of what you can get, which is discounts on services. We actually kind of went, oh, this might actually be
an option. We might be able to do this.
Like, for us to afford this, because when we found out how much it could cost, we were like, oh my God. I mean, it's like, we don't have that kind of money. And I went to an event, a Men Having Babies event, which Stephen couldn't go to.
Because it didn't work.
And I remember I kind of felt, it was like on the Upper West Side in Manhattan, and all the people there were like, at least from my eyes, and maybe just because I'm comparing myself, were like bankers and lawyers, and the way they were having these conversations, they were like, you know, we live on the Upper West Side, and we gave up our share on Fire Island so that we can have a baby. And I'm like, that is not my life. I don't know how we're gonna be able to do this.
But we are gonna figure it out.
We're just gonna take it one step at a time. Like I said, I went to the Men Having Babies event, and I met with a doctor in Connecticut at RMA Connecticut.
Yes.
Dr. Liam Dearest, without Stephen again.
I was working. I'm trying to get the money to get this going.
Stephen, and just so you know, was doing Hello Dolly on Broadway at the time.
Right.
With Bette Midler. You may have heard of her. I go to the meeting, just he and I just felt really like I was in good hands. He explained so much to me that I just didn't understand. I knew zilch. He was like, we can do this in stages, and the first thing we can do is he kind of explained it to me, is to start your journey, you come here, you do a whole day of blood work, you do all these things, you know, we'll freeze the sperm, then you can find, you know, we'll get through that first, and then we'll get through the eggs, and then
the egg donor. Yeah.
Right, then we'll make the embryos. He kind of said you can do it in these stages.
So it's not all at once.
Right. We were asked by Gays with Kids if we would document our journey as we go. So this is the first video for us to do that. We're hoping you guys will be joining us as we
go on our journey and to having baby.
And right now we're gonna use a credit cards.
Going for it. We have jobs coming up that will allow us to do better planning and budgeting for the next steps.
Yeah, and pay off the credit card.
And pay off the credit card.
It's something that I feel like I want to get this going because I just turned 39 last week. I don't want to be retirement age when my high school kid, when my kid graduates high school. So we're gonna be in Charleston, South Carolina for the next year
to see if that's someplace we'd like to
we could settle down.
I mean, I'm nervous about being a gay parent anywhere, to be honest with you. I think that that's like inherently being gay. Like at least I've grown up always feeling like a little nervous to be around new settings or new situations in general.
But you know what I'm excited about? Like what I love about being with kids is imagination. I love playing with their imaginations. I'm super excited about Easter and Christmas. I'm excited for our nephew Luke to have a cousin.
I'm just excited to extend our family and extend what we have and pass it down in every way that we can. And I think that being on this journey allows us to do that in such a great way.
Totally.